to another episode of Rectec Reels. I'm Henna Makwana, Commercial Success Manager from Rectec. Joining me today is Robert from Abstraction Labs, and we're going to be talking about how to navigate through a saturated tech market. So, Rob, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Robert Garner. I run a small digital design agency called Abstraction Labs, and we make websites specifically for recruitment firms. And then prior to this, I used to develop recruitment software, CRMs, and then I used to work in-house with a few media companies, doing recruitment for them, had my own recruitment agency, had a job board for a little bit, and yeah, used to sell recruitment ad space back in the day. That's me.
Amazing. So, but safe to say you're a bit of an expert in the recruitment industry.
I don't know if I'm an expert. I've done a bit of everything, but I'm not an expert. I'm just really bad at everything, so I kind of keep on moving on.
Yeah. Amazing. So obviously there is so much technology on the market at the moment, and it can be super hard to sort of sift through what's good and what isn't, or what is good for your business and what might not be. And I suppose that there's obviously lots of kind of cons that will come with that. So I suppose from your perspective, having such a large sort of view of the market, what would you say are some of the biggest dangers of there being so much technology available to recruiters at the minute?
Yeah, I think we're in an interesting period for the recruitment industry and for recruitment technology as a whole as well. And it's absolutely amazing that we've seen the advent recently over the last few years of kind of AI and machine learning that's really kind of been pushed out there into the public domain for us all to quite easily use, really. And it's brilliant. There is so much tech out there, but it's so hard as well to kind of keep up. And this is my job as well. I make websites. I'm there, integrating technology and things like that into websites, and I have to kind of keep my eye on the market and see the new kind of technologies that do appear. But it is so hard, even as it's my job to kind of do this, to kind of keep up with the new providers. You've got kind of chatbots out there, you've got live chat, you've got VoIP systems, you've got CRM, you've got software that kind of analyzes the text of job adverts and things like that. And it's brilliant, but then it's so easy to get kind of bogged down in keeping up with this market and spending time researching what you need, and then jumping on demo calls and kind of maybe decide on the VoIP system, but then you've got to have 4 demo calls that end up taking an hour for each one, and then you're trying to think out what's the most I guess the best value option for us, but then also the easiest option for our kind of consultants. And it's easy, you find all this tech at your consultants, their main job is to kind of go out there and pitch new clients and find candidates and things like that. You don't want to kind of be like, oh, okay, can you learn this system this week? Can you learn this system next week? And then they're sitting there with 6 different systems they're trying to keep a hold of. And I used to work in recruitment myself, and getting them to use a CRM is tough enough, let alone another kind of pieces of that. So, there's some of the dangers, and I think a lot of consultancies out there sometimes take on tech that they think they might need and then don't end up actually using. And then 6 months down the line, they get a phone call from the account manager being like, "Hey, I'm calling to renew this." And like, do you know what? I haven't even used it for 6 months. Don't even need it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's quite a difficult one, isn't there? Because when there is so much technology available and everyone's telling you that it's the best for you, and then if you have the capacity to, you're bringing on new tech, and that requires time and effort. And we know time is money in recruitment, and let's be honest, I've never met a recruiter that's thought, I've got some free time to look at some tech. Recruiters don't have free time. There is not enough hours in the day, right? So it's really hard to get that working, but once you do, it can be an absolute game changer. So I suppose that quite nicely leads me on to my next question. What would you say are some of the benefits of having a fully functioning tech stack?
Do you know what? I'm a bit old school. I'm old school kind of recruiter. Like, give me a pad and a pen and a landline and probably LinkedIn, but I could probably do without it, to be honest. But yeah, give me LinkedIn as well, and I'm happy with that level of tech. But no, there are some amazing benefits. These days you've got kind of live chat and chatbots that you can kind of integrate with your website. And bearing in mind you're only going to be online between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. and people are probably looking for jobs after they come back from work and things like that. So it's good to have those kind of facilities on your website that people can kind of interact with and get some information about your services or jobs or salaries or whatnot, really. Same with kind of, VoIP systems. Your consultants are probably going to be on the phone, an hour, 2 hours a day. It can cost huge amounts of money, spending money on kind of landlines and things like that. VoIP is a great way to kind of reduce those costs down, spending maybe £10 a month on, a VoIP line for a consultant versus however much it may cost, spending £20-30 on their mobile phone or something like that. Really. So, also kind of integrating all these things together, having a CRM that kind of works with your consultants. I'm a big fan of kind of simple, streamlined CRMs that work well for the consultants. And there's so many things out there where you can write reports and stuff like that. And I think it's brilliant for upper management to kind of direct the company and work out efficiencies and where they can kind of increase productivity. But I like kind of just, small, streamlined CRMs that consultants can use on a day-to-day basis. So, I mean, the benefits are the same for so many things, but you're always going to get kind of, increased revenue, increased productivity, increased efficiencies. You're going to get, happier clients, happier, better kind of candidate experience, reduced time to hire. So, but it's just about balancing what you need, what you want, and what's going to really kind of benefit the business.
Yeah, exactly. And I think one of the words that you sort of threw out there was sort of automation or sort of streamlining processes. And I think that's the objective with getting tech. And it can be so easy to get distracted, and everyone's going to say that they're going to automate and this, that, and the other. And you just don't know if it will for you or if it's going to be a hindrance. So it can be quite difficult, got it? So with that in mind, what advice would you give it to any recruiters that might actually be looking out to build their tech stacks in the best way to make something really efficient for their business and their ecosystem?
I say do it, but put time aside to do it properly. And it will benefit the business in the long time, but, block out a week and, go through what's out there, or, go to a recruitment exhibition and kind of have chats and see the kind of options that are out there, and then do your research and, talk to your friends, talk to your, friends in other businesses who run other recruitment firms and see what they're using, talk to companies, like yourselves that know the market well. That can kind of give you options and suggestions as well, really. So I say do it, but block out a good amount of time and do your research and don't rush into it. And involve your consultants as well. Be like, look, we're looking at this. Is this going to help you guys out? So that'd be my advice.
Yeah, absolutely. And you made a really good point there, sort of doing that research, putting aside time to do it. One of the biggest bits of advice that we give is map out your business and where your needs are, right? Every single workflow that you both do that exercise, and you'll be able to spot gaps and see where you might need something to either help you out or change your workflows, right? So it's only going to benefit how you do it. And then obviously, as you mentioned, we can provide a service to help them do that. So actually on that, if you are in the market for a new ATS or CRM, do take advantage of our unique free comparison service called Rectec Compare. Or if you're looking to actually just build out that tech stack with complementary tech, then make sure you look at our marketplace on rectec.io. But Rob, thanks so much for joining me today. Really interesting to talk to you about sort of your view on how to kind of go through this crazy tech market that we're experiencing at the moment, with new products popping up left, right, and centre. So really good to get your view on it. So thanks for joining me today.
Awesome. No, thanks for having me. It's brilliant.
Thanks so much.